Hello everybody, Eric again. Like and subscribe. Here we go. Let's read about My Roots Are Showing. My Roots Are Showing is the fourth studio album by American country singer-songwriter K.T. Oslin. It was released on October 1st, 1996 via B&A Records and contained 10 tracks. The album was co-produced by Oslin and Wick Will. The project contained cover versions of songs first made famous in the country and pop fields. It was Oslin's first studio album, released in 6 years. After experiencing personal setbacks, My Roots Are Showing reached peak positions on the country albums chart following its release. It will also spawn 2 singles issued to country radio in 1996. Background: K.T. Oslin had several years of country music success in the late 1980s, with hits like 80s Ladies, Hold Me, and This Woman. Then, in the early 1990s, she took a hiatus from her music career and focused on other projects, such as acting. Oslin developed a heart condition during her time off, which caused her to receive quadruple bypass surgery in 1995. She later made a full recovery. Oslin was also contemplating a musical comeback. RCA Records executive Joe Gallant had offered her a position in the A&R department, which she ultimately declined. Instead, Oslin told Gallant about the possibility of recording a dance-flavored country album. However, she was reluctant about the concept and ultimately abandoned the idea. When meeting with Nashville writer Robert Kate Orman, together the pair found songs that would make up My Roots Are Showing. Oslin later stated the album's roots came from music that influenced her as a recording artist and performer of bluegrass, folk, and blues. Content and recording: Orman and Oslin collected 10 songs that will make up the album's track listing. She had first found the songs Down in the Valley and Hold What You Got before finding the remainder of the album's material. All of the album's tracks were covers of songs first made popular by other music artists and writers. Among these songs was Webb Pierce's Pathway of Teardrops and Irving Berlin's I Will See You and CUBA. The album's eventual lead single, Silver Tongue and Gold-Plated Lives, was a cover of the original recording by Jan Howard in 1983. Her version had also been a single and released on her studio effort, Tainted Love. According to Bill Carpenter of AllMusic, the album's material was a mix of dance, rock, and blues. For example, Carpenter commented that Hold What You Got rocks so hard it could have shots straight from the Jerry Lee Lewis songbook. Oslin later brought in engineer Wick Will to help with production. Will helped find Nashville session players to perform on the project. In a 1996 interview, Oslin spoke highly of the album's session players. The songs and the players are the real stars here. I think everyone will copy the sounds on this record. My Roots Are Showing was recorded at Woodland Studios, located in Nashville, Tennessee. Both Oslin and Will served as the project's co-producers, according to the liner notes. Release and reception: My Roots Are Showing was released on October 1st, 1996 on B&A Records. It was Oslin's fourth studio album released in her career. The album was originally issued as both a compact disc and a cassette, and would later be released to digital retailers, including Apple Music. Following its original 1996 release, Joe Gallant believed the album to be radio-friendly and for it to perform well on the charts. However, My Roots Are Showing only spent 6 weeks on the Billboard Top Country Albums and reached the peak position of 45 on the list in October 1996. The record was Oslin's lowest charting album in the United States. Radio directors were drawn to Oslin's cover of Silver Tongue and Gold-Plated Lives, which ultimately prompted her record label to release it as its first single. The single was released via B&A Records in July 1996. Yet, after 5 weeks on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, it only reached the peak position of 64. My Roots Are Showing received mixed reviews from writers and critics following its release. In their October 1996 issue, Billboard magazine called the album eclectic Americana in response to the album's array of musical styles. She's rearranged everything in her own quirky style, and the result is a body of related work that would play just as well at the Rainbow Room as on the Mississippi Riverboat. They commented AllMusic's Bill Carpenter called the songs gems, but found the album to lack a marketing direction. The only issue is that this was marketed as a country album, when the Nashville element isn't terribly conspicuous. Track listings. Compact disc version. My Roots Are Showing. Number, title, writers, original artists, length. 1. Silver Tongue and Gold Plated Lives. John D. Hutchinson, Jan Howard, 4 minutes and 2 seconds. 2. Sand Mountain Blues. Alton Demore. Wabin Demore. The Demore Brothers, 2 minutes and 49 seconds. 3. Hold What You Got. Jimmy Martin, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. 4. Tear Time, Jen Crutchfield, Wilma Burgess, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 5. I Will See You In, Cuba, Irving Berlin, Billy Murray, 3 minutes and 44 seconds. 6. My Baby Came Back, Charlie Loban, Ira Loban, the Loban Brothers, 2 minutes and 36 seconds. 7. Pathway of Teardrops, Webb Pierce, Wayne Walker, Webb Pierce, 4 minutes and 1 second. 8. Miss the Mississippi and You, Bill Hawley, Jimmy Rogers, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. 9. A Heart Needs a Home, Richard Thompson, Richard and Linda Thompson, 5 minutes and 4 seconds. 10. Down in the Valley, Traditional, 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Total length, 36 minutes and 38 seconds. Cassette version, side 1, number, title, writers, original artists, length. 1. Silver Tongue and Gold Plated Lies, Hutchinson, Jan Howard, 4 minutes and 4 seconds. A. Sand Mountain Blues, A. Dillmore, R. Dillmore, the Dillmore Brothers, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. 3. Hold What You Got, Martin, Jimmy Martin, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. 4. Tear Time, Crutchfield, Wilma Burgess, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 5. I Will See You In, Cuba, Berlin, Billy Murray, 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Side 2, number, title, writers, original artists, length. 1. My Baby Came Back, C. Loban, 1 Loban, I. Loban, Il Loban, the Loban Brothers, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. 2. Pathway of Teardrops, Pierce, Walker, Webb Pierce, 4 minutes and 2 seconds. 3. Miss the Mississippi and You, Holly, Jimmy Rogers, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. 4. A Heart Needs a Home, Thompson, Richard and Linda Thompson, 5 minutes and 5 seconds. 5. Down in the Valley, Traditional, 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Digital version, My Roots Are Showing, number, title, writers, original artists, length. 1. Silver Tongue and Gold Plated Lives, Hutchinson, Jan Howard, 4 minutes and 4 seconds. 2. Sand Mountain Blues, A. Dillmore, R. Dillmore, the Dillmore Brothers, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. 3. Hold What You Got, Martin, Jimmy Martin, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. 4. Tear Time, Crutchfield, Wilma Burgess, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 5. I Will See You in Cuba, Berlin, Bill Murray, 3 minutes and 44, Billy Murray, 3 minutes and 44 seconds. 6. My Baby Came Back, C. Levin, I. Levin, the Levin Brothers, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. 7. Pathway of Teardrops, Pierce, Walker, Webb Pierce, 4 minutes and 2 seconds. 8. Miss the Mississippi and You, Holly, Jimmy Rogers, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. 9. A Heart Needs a Home, Thompson, Richard and Linda Thompson, 5 minutes and 5 seconds. 10. Down in the Valley, Traditional, 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Personnel, all credits are adapted from the liner notes of My Roots Are Showing and AllMusic. Musical personnel, Sam Bush, mandolin. Jerry Douglas, dobro, guitar. Stuart Duncan, fiddle. Mary Beth Phelps, background vocals. Joe Gallant, background vocals. Al Hageman, background vocals. Mark Harris, keyboards. The Jordanaires, background vocals. Jay Joyce, banjo, acoustic guitar, 12-string guitar. Doug Lancio, acoustic guitar, baritone guitar, electric guitar, steel guitar. Neil Matthews Jr., background vocals. Susan Nadler, background vocals. Dan Needham, drums. Louis Dean Nunley, background vocals. Robert K. Orman, background vocals. Consultant. Katie Oslin, background vocals. Lead vocals. Al Schulitz, background vocals. Phyllis Schulitz, background vocals. Evelyn Schrever, background vocals. Tommy Sims, bass. Gordon Stoker, background vocals. Joanne West, background vocals. Rick Will, electric guitar. Technical personnel. Jay Brown, engineer. Susan Eddy, art direction. Mark Frigo, assistant engineer. Mary Hamilton, art direction. Chris Kerr, production assistant. Ken Love, mastering. Rob McCain, engineer. Katie Oslin, producer. Tom Rohde, percussion. Mark Seleger, photograph. Mike Simmons, engineer. Paul Simmons, engineer. Janice Olad, production coordinator. Julie Ramka, design. Rick Will, engineer, mixing production. Chart performance. Chart 1996. Peak position. U.S. Top Country Albums. Billboard 45. Release history. Region. Date. Format. Label. WEF. Europe. United States. October 1st, 1996. 2010s. Compact disc. Cassette. Digital download. Streaming. BNA Records. Sony Music Entertainment. Bye for now.